All right, man. Let's talk about the Lions' biggest threat in the NFC North as of right now. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist, NFC North playlist, and there have been some reports that JJ McCarthy been up and down, go blue. Been some, Caleb Williams been up and down. So the division is honestly it's kind of turned over pretty fast from Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Trubisky. Whether it was Case Keenum, Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, it's turned over pretty quickly. And football is always going to turn over pretty quickly, in my opinion. NFL stand for not for long. I know y'all ninjas from Detroit think it stand for niggas from Linfield. Niggas from Linwood, excuse me. I first heard that, I thought it was so funny back in the day. But in reality, man, looking at the division, when you have two question marks at quarterback at Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy, they could be wild cards because they should get better as they go. Early on, they're going to protect them with the play calls, and they're going to probably be a little bit more conservative. Two great guys with great arm talent, they're going to be very conservative in somewhat of the play calls, and they're going to be some issues. You got McCarthy, who's been there a year, was injured, got the mental reps, now I got to take the physical reps, and then you got a guy like Caleb Williams just starting over again. It's like okay, I got the experience, but I got to start over with another offense. And Ben Johnson's probably going to build that offense around him for the most part. But really, it's two teams at the top. It's the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions. Ultimately, week one, that's going to be a critical. I think anytime you have games like that in the beginning of the season, end of the season, I think it's very, very critical. I think most interdivision matchups should probably come middle to late in the season because of how critical they really count for two games. But I think Green Bay is it's hard to predict. They the team you're looking at, and I'm not sure at all the offseason they got. I know they got the receiver out of Texas. And really their biggest problem with us was we just was tougher than them. Healthy or injured, we just was tougher than them. They don't have mental toughness. They don't have physical toughness. And, for the longest, the Lions always tried to finesse. They always tried to finesse the Green Bay Packers. That's what it was. They tried to outscore them. They tried to out-flash play them. And what it just boiled down with for the Lions is when they line up, them helmet, they just feel that they're just a tougher team, whether it's rain, sleet, snow, sunny. What was so funny last year between the Packers and the Lions, man? One thing that was so hilarious about them was the fact that after that game they played at Lambeau where it rained, and we ran through them. They shouldn't have scored. The only reason they scored a point was because Amik Roberts gave up that penalty. Like I said, I got a good memory when it comes to this shit, man. And he, and one of the players, they only won because it was it was raining. They only won because it was raining. Then, injured, they can't afford field, and we beat them again. They're not mentally or physically tougher than us the last couple years. Now, does that say something about Matt LaFleur, Michigan native? Does it say about Jordan Love? And for him, it's about taking care of the football. It's about Christian Watson, who's been healthy in camp so far. The golden kid from Texas has been doing his thing, but that's the problem with Green Bay. They had the same problem we had when we used to go against Aaron Rodgers. We thought we can out-finesse Green Bay. We thought we can out-pretty Green Bay. We thought when it came to the Miss Universe pageant, we were a more sexier bitch than Green Bay. And we wasn't. More times than not, no matter if we had them down, it was 2 seconds left, they would throw a Hail Mary from 1,000 yards away and beat us. So what the Lions say, you know what? You know what we going to do? We going to build a football team that's tough as nails. If you don't like being physical, you don't like blocking, you don't like contact, you ain't, if you ain't a real football guy, if you don't play fast and physical, You know what I'm saying? In my Rod Marinelli voice, the pad level. If you don't love this shit, we ain't gonna fuck with you. That's pretty much what they saying. And that's why we got their number. They still don't get it. They still trying to, oh, let's get a receiver. Motherfucker, y'all better go get some offensive linemen. And y'all better get a mentality where a hat on a hat. We know it's 1 yard to get. Josh Jacobs gonna get that 1 yard. What's the other big fella they got over there? Is Dylan still over there? We gonna look. We don't care what y'all talking about. Y'all want the best run defenses in the league? Or we gonna run over y'all? We gonna prove that you're not. Not today. That's just what they. That's just got to be that mentality. Our mentality is we gonna run you over. We don't care if you a Packer, you a Cowboy, you an Eagle. We gonna run you over. It might take a minute. You might elude the Mack truck that's coming for a little bit, but eventually you gonna crack. That's the difference. And Jordan Love taking care of the football. Matt LaFleur he just want to pass the football too much. Matt LaFleur should be thinking, hey man, I play the Lions. I need to find a way to run the football. Once we run the football on the Lions, it's open season. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about it, man. Green Bay playing with too much of a finesse. They playing with too much of a finesse. They got to play with a same thing for Chicago. That's the same exact thing for Chicago, man. They sitting here and they hiring Ben Johnson to score points. Motherfucker, you play outside. For geez Louise, you're playing outside. What are we talking about? You're playing outside. You're playing outside in the elements. First thing you need to do, because defense, I believe the defense is solid. Run the ball. Run the ball. Find a way to run the ball by any means necessary. Don't go out there and say, we want to be the greatest show on grass in the snow. Run the fucking football. And they figured that out with Mitchell Trubisky and David Montgomery. And they got rid of David Montgomery, and Mitchell Trubisky didn't follow too far behind. I don't know why Chicago wants to go out there and be the greatest show on turf, and they play outside, and eventually they get in a retractable dome and all that stuff. Embrace being the Chicago Bears, man. Embrace playing outside in Soldier Field. Just know when you play Chicago, wherever we at, Pluto, Mars, Venus, LA, Antarctica, Sheffield, England, we running you over. That's got to be the mentality. That's got to be the mentality when you play in Chicago. You got to be able to run people over. And right now, they want to be the sexiest thing on grass, and they ass gonna be grass. Let that defense in that run game control it. And once y'all get up, then you can let Caleb Williams or throw the football or something. They ain't gonna win like that, bro. That's why Chicago ain't never had a high-flying offense, other than when Jay Cutler was there for a couple years. But they didn't win shit then. In Minnesota, at the end of the day, it'll be some learning pains for McCarthy. One thing I didn't like about J.J. McCarthy, when he got injured, he just got so fucking skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got very, very frail after the injury last year. He got frail. So, yeah, hopefully, at Michigan, he had picked up some weight this last year. He need to continue to pick up some weight. But he'll do some great things with his arm. Legs is tremendous, more than you think it is. He'll do some great things with his arm. He'll do some great things with his arm. He will. So, but we'll see how they call it. Stefanski offense is very quarterback friendly. Stefanski offense is very quarterback friendly. So, I mean, if I had to say, other than Green Bay, I probably would say Minnesota. I think you're going to see Chicago turn that corner next season. So I think you start seeing Chicago turn that corner next season, or at the end of this season, you'll start seeing them put it together. But, it is what it is, man. So check out the NFC North playlist. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.